How's it going? Hopefully you're enjoying the Crew 2 beta. I cannot get enough of it. And today, that's why we're here outside our home space. Now, something I wanted to discuss about this. I made a video a while ago talking about homes possibly being bought in the Crew 2. For those that don't know anything about it, in TDU 2 and TDU, you are able to purchase houses, purchase garages, purchase yachts, and upgrade your house as you progress through the game. But it turns out you have a home inside the Crew 2, as we found out, and it is actually upgradable. And now, if you didn't know, if you've just been using cars the whole beta, there's actually a runway and there's like a little dock to basically spawn as a boat and go exploring if you want. That's where the boats would come out of. There's like a harbory area and a little runway for your planes. It's pretty sweet. Now, the only thing about this, for me, I find personally, it's a little too much too soon. If we have a look, it's an absolutely huge building that for somehow you own right out of the bat. Now, I know this is a step in the direction of them trying to be more accessible to a lot of people, but for the people like ourselves that used to start it, we started in some kind of shed pretty much in TDU2 and worked our way up to like mansions and stuff, and the feeling was incredible. But now we're starting in this, which is literally like bigger than a mansion. It's honestly insane how big it is. But that's not what the video's about. A few people on Twitter have actually been tweeting me that around the map, there are other house locations. Now, I didn't know about this. We knew we could upgrade them as we progress through the game, but I didn't know there were multiple houses. The first one to mention, the one that I found, North Detroit. Now, you may notice that it looks pretty much the same. And that's because it is pretty much the same. There actually it seems to be some minor differences that I've just noticed. Actually, I take it back. It's exactly the same model. There may be some differences. Mainly, the outside of the area is literally the same. The trees are a little bit different on this one. But overall, the building itself is exactly the same. It has the runway, and it has the little boat harbory bit. I guess this is somewhere around here you'd spawn with the boat. And yeah, pretty much exactly the same. So that one is, if you want to know where it is, at the top of Detroit. Now the next one, if we go to Los Angeles, California, there is actually one around here somewhere, I believe. Yes, Malibu, right here. At the tip of Malibu, you'll see another house right here, which is exactly the same, once again, but it has some different types of trees at the front, as I was mentioning. This one has more of like a tropical vibe, which is very, very similar to the one in Miami, which is the current one we have, which is, I guess, the one you get first. Las Vegas, there's another one right here. And this is all thanks to people sending these in. Otherwise, I would have had absolutely no clue where any of these are, other than the main one. I didn't come across some of them myself. People started tweeting me them and showing me where they are. And I know there's at least one more. I know there's probably more, but I'm going to show you one final one, which no one sent to me, and I found myself. Here's New York, and on this little island right at the bottom, you'll find another little house that has a nice, cool road leading up to... Imagine having a house like this in New York. You'd literally be the richest person in the world. But once again, different trees. This one actually has like a different kind of fencing style on it. So anyway, let's have a quick gander and set the waypoint there. We might actually have to drive to this one. It's quite far. Where's the closest event? Because right now, we can't actually spawn anywhere we are. I personally would love it to stay like that. I've actually bought a bike as well, as you may have just seen. But I'd like to stay like that, spawn at events only or something, or landmarks. That's my ideal thing, but let's talk about this a little bit. So all the houses are exactly the same. How do I think they're going to incorporate this into the game? Is it going to be unlocked as we progress through the game? Are we going to buy these houses as we go? That's, you know, what's the general idea, the gist of what's going to happen? Now, I personally think that what we're going to do is unlock them as we progress through the game. And I would personally prefer if that wasn't the case. I would absolutely adore if we actually bought houses we progressed through optional and they were quite a lot of money, so starting, you know, 100,000 to 1 million as we progress through the game. But I don't think that I see that happening because all the houses are exactly the same. It's just different locations around the map. This is probably one of the coolest locations though. We've got some nice off-road kind of trails going on over there. Can we actually fit through that gap? I swear that gap was shorter than that before. Here we go. Look at that. It's the Crew 2. Of course we can go anywhere That's what I love about this game. You find a place you can go along it. This is my yard. Well, it will be my yard soon when the full game comes out. Driving along the off-road in New York in a Skyline. I know I'm going the wrong way. We actually want to try and... We should probably bought a monster truck. Like, yeah, a boat's going to work perfectly there. As I was saying, ideally, this isn't how I would want it to be. I would personally prefer if the game gave us a kind of trailer park kind of house. I know bikes are useful for this kind of thing. Gave us a trailer park kind of house, and then we upgraded and progressed and moved on to houses like this. I know it's a little bit late for that now. They can't just take them off us. But I guess for the expansions or the future DLC or just in general in an update of buying houses and stuff, this is the type of stuff I'd like to see. The stuff of where we've already got a full next level racing game that we've only got like 2% of the events in the game, if that. So I want to see the next level of this go upgrading to houses, customizing characters more, that sort of thing. That's the type of polish that I want to see for me. It's a sense of ownership and ownership, and as you get a garage, you'll be able to fill it with amazing cars and stare at them. The GTA effect, if you want a new example for those that haven't played TDU2, GTA would be a perfect example. But anyway, for the rest of this, what I wanted to do is actually explore some of the buildings a little bit, because the thing is, we're going to have helicopters. I reckon they're going to spawn on this kind of pad here. But if we attempt to switch to a bike, it might help if I set my bike as my favorite for now. Does it change the icon to a bike now that I've done that? That's a good question. We'll have to find out in a second. Yes, it does. I was wondering if they're doing that little tiny detail. That is sweet. So you can play this as a core bike experience if you want to, which is pretty sweet. Anyway, let's attempt. I'm doing my head tilt. Oh, this is going to be easy. Land on the building. Just glide it in and change to a bike. There we go. Look at that. This is what this bike is made for. Exploration. See, like, these are the skyscrapers of New York. I just moved my mic. These are the skyscrapers of New York, and we're literally on level with these. It does kind of frustrate me a little bit. I like the house. The house is brilliant, but as a first house, jeez. What? How much money have I fallen into? Let's attempt to get down here. This bike can get anywhere, probably. Oh. Now we spawned over here. Let's try it again. Something I've noticed about the buildings as well. The first one we get is in Miami, okay? But for some reason, the sign on them says LA Mechanic. I don't particularly know why. Let's attempt to switch to a bike. Come on! Oh! So apparently, if you're on a bike, you're as weak as a bloody spongy thing. I wish there was like a helipad upgrade and stuff, but as I've mentioned before, there is an upgrade system in this. There was a picture that was released, and it shows you that you can upgrade throughout. I'm hoping, again, that's a paid upgrade in-game money, because I would just... That's this type of this type of polish that I personally want. And another thing I want to show you is around the map, there's actually a lot of hidden stuff in this. And because it's a beta, we're locked behind stuff, and we don't really... I've not really passed this level when I've played the game myself, but there's a lot of areas like this, for example, that show kind of an event area that we're definitely going to be using. This just looks like a boat, kind of a place you would pass by for a speedboat race, more than anything, but it's a cool little car park that you can meet up, and it's a cool little place for taking pictures and stuff. A bunch of other areas around the map. It used to be just kind of normal roads. They've made them into like these specific kind of race courses that you're going to use through the progression. This is one I know about. You've probably already seen in videos yourself, but it's, again, an incredible area that's just been converted from this normal road into this amazing area that people are going to be driving around, and you go up to, and there's going to be AI going around it, exploring it. Above New York, right here, there's a bunch of these across the map. Those that have played the original game will know exactly what this is. It's the Storm X Arena, and yes, the monster truck arenas have returned. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. They look much better than they did in the last game. The last time they were just like orange perfect ramps. Now they're like wooden ramps that are definitely made. This is the freestyle kind of events. The only freestyle events we actually got to use so far is the planes. The whole game is pretty much becoming like a summit. And that's the direction the game is going. I was at first a bit skeptical about the idea of the planes and the boats and stuff, but it's now coming together, and when you play it and you experience it, it all makes sense. They're not trying anymore for going for that like dark, dingy story, which I wanted. I wanted that. And maybe the summit on the side is like having this as a race war style thing. But At first I wasn't really keen on it, but I'm kind of getting it. It's finally finding its own. I'm hoping that there's more kind of cutscenes and story and stuff throughout the game. I'm hoping, because if this is just it for the most of the cutscene and stuff, it's a little bit disappointing in the front of the story and stuff. And it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I'm in love with the game. I just want to see a bit more kind of stuff on the houses and the characters and that kind of thing. A bit more what's going on. TDU2 pulled it off well with a your character, your story kind of thing. So how about we polish the edges now that have been missing? Like, they polished this game so much more compared to the last game. Absolutely out of the park polish. This is definitely a Monster Truck Arena. But I now want to see the type of stuff I want to see. That stuff that's for me. I went too quick there. As I said, the stuff that I want to see is including houses and buying of more things and upgrading your apartments and customizing your apartments. And although that might be small things to some players, GTA, I think, proves that people are willing to spend a lot of money on that. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to hear them. I would love to see more types of properties, some of the properties around the map, and just having a similar interior and just being able to customize them and making them bigger, you know, more room for your cars is the most point of what I want to see. But let me know, as I said, your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more kind of explorative videos, oh yes, you already know what to do, friends. You need to smash that like. And if there's anything you spot, follow my Twitter, go in the Discord, start talking about it. I want to know. There's a lot of stuff in this game I don't know. I've only played, as I said, the first level of progression, maybe the second level of progression, and I haven't actually done the missions of the second level. It's pretty much just toying with the tuning options that I could do. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more of the Crew 2 content if you want to see it. You're in the right place. I'm going to be posting so much content from now to launch, past launch. Last game I got like 400 videos, something like that. It was insane, but this time I'm gonna beat it. Until next time, guys, peace.